Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, I got to tell you, we envy you right now in that nice dry studio as we are at soggy and windy Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough, Mass. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in the midst of a season-crushing losing streak. It's up to 9 games now.
And I don't have a PhD in psychology, but you can see it in their body language. This is not a team that is organized and been ready to play.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Two teams here playing for pride as the final week of the NFL season is underway. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be under the command of the former Florida State Seminole, the #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. The offensive starters now for the Jets.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. But I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the 2 guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Winston finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A 3rd down gain of 19.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. For New England, this is how they will line things up defensively. They've certainly had their struggles against the run. The 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down. Winston now from the 50. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps out the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Here's the Jets punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Patriots to take over on offense. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he gained maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And on this offensive unit, one guy that's proven himself early in the NFL is Eric Ebron.
A very reliable target for a quarterback. They always love tight ends because they're right in their sight lines. If you get it to this guy, though, he can take it the distance.
On 2nd down now, it's Wilkins, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down, and that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. As we know, they had the chance last week, Charles, to lock up the division. Couldn't do it. Now it all comes down to the final week of the season. But once again, they control their destiny.
And that's a good thing. But I wonder about mindset because you mentioned they had a chance to lock it up last week, didn't. Are they bringing extra pressure to themselves now? Even though they control their own destiny with a win, now because they didn't get it done before, will they be even tighter as they approach this game?
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. A 1st down throw for Winston. And he slings one that's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. On the ground, it's Mack, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
On 3rd down, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Preston Brown drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Patriots take over. The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, Mayfield. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Olivier Vernon in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And a look now at the game so far for Jameis Winston. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground. But that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. On 2nd down, Bernard. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And Latimer's got it. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down. On 2nd and 9, Winston on the screen, Bernard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 19. From the red zone now, Winston. Now they go screen. It's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5. Throwing again on second down. Winston, he's got it to Williams. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Second and goal from inside the 5. On second down, here's a run with Mack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. We're scoreless after 1. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they'll see what they can do on third and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? To throw, Winston. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Vance McDonald, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field.
And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. They run with Wilkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
First down throw for Mayfield. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, but it'll be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. This is Wilkins, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. On third down, Mayfield. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. And a look now at the game so far for Jameis Winston. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. From the 22, Winston firing quickly, but it's incomplete. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Winston. And he's got his man Hilton. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
First down, Winston. He's going to let this one go for Latimer. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. On 2nd down now, it's Mack. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for first. Here's Winston.
He hasn't made much of an impact in the running.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. T.Y. Hilton with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point attempt to come here. And it's good to make it 14-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Ready?
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
On 2nd down, Bernard. Big hold of the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
Now Bernard. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Matt Judon there to bring him down. From the 38, Winston. And he gets it complete to Latimer. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Throwing, Winston. He's got it to Hilton. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. He's airing it out for Williams.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. On 1st down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Bernard. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 8. Off the play fake, Winston. And that will be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Mayfield to throw it.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity. Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
Here's Logan Cook now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. As you see the season totals, barring a really great effort today, Charles, probably going to fall a little bit shy of 1,000, but still he's had some moments this year.
Plenty of them for him to be in this spot right now, and I don't know about you, but I'm betting that the head coach spent this entire week playing a little bit of a mind game with him.
How so?
You go by him in practice, you go by him in the locker room, you keep muttering like, yeah, it's been a pretty darn good year. I guess not going to get to 1,000, but, been a good year overall, and see if that motivation increases his production. And if you're able to do that, it increases your chances of winning.
We're going to find out. It's possible. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Winston. And this is Latimer, complete. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Winston now. That's complete. Bernard. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. On 1st and 10, Winston. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Winston, the offense, with a 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Winston. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Geno Atkins in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game has been Jameis Winston, who's been on target in the first half. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now, so as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
They'll run it here with Wilkins. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On second down now, it's Wilkins. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 44-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Mayfield now. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Does that happen?
It's about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Mike, ready. Black 22.
They'll run on first down. Bernard. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Carryover from the first half. That defensive line continues to control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're actually playing the game in the offense's backfield. They're taking those offensive linemen and pushing them back towards the quarterback and towards the runners. I still don't think, though, that you abandon the running game totally, because if you do, you're asking for a lot more hits on your QB.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Give him 9 on the play, and they're going to have a third down. Jameis to throw it. He completes this one to Mack. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
If you're dealing with stats in your contract, those are the types of plays that will not help you at all. In fact, they're going to hurt your yards per attempt, your yards per catch. That's not good for him.
But so important for the offense's success, right? I mean, you have to have those plays.
You're exactly right. You only got to get 3 yards, and that's what they needed, and they keep the drive moving.
They'll run here with Mack. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Marlon Mack, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive, 4 plays, and the end result was a Marlon Mack touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quinnen Williams, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here's Logan Cook now, standing just about on his own goal line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And New York set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Starting the drive with a give to Mack. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They go right back to Mack. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up in a 3rd and 9 situation. And the catch made by Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ready, blue lady.
A draw play. Bernard. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
This pass finds its way to Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
Ready? Black, what do you got? Check, tight right.
From the red zone now, Winston. Complete to Hilton. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Ready? Black, what do you got? Rip right.
Play fake. Winston. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Cody Latimer, the intended receiver. But it'll be second and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. Winston on the screen. Bernard. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Now for the point after. And the lead will grow by 1 more. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On the carry, it's Wilkins. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Logan Cook now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And heading back out there, Giovanni Bernard getting ready to go again. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision. And then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. He's airing it out for William. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Elsewhere around the NFL, they're in the third quarter in Carson. The Chargers have scored again, so they open up a 2-touchdown lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for New England. On the return is Peterson. One quarter remains here as the regular wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food, because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
Now Mack. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Ready. White 25. Let's go, defense. Our time.
On second down, it's Mack. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On third down, a run by Mack. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. That'll be good for 6, but now it's fourth down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw, and that's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for New England. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now it's Peterson. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. New York set to take the field. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Third and short yardage, Winston. And Latimer's got it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Ready? Blue ready. 52. It's our time. It's our time.
On the draw, here's Bernard.
Go, 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 run.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
Now it's a bootleg with Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Matt Judon racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Let's go.
On third down, Mack. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up fourth down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
And now back out comes the offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Throwing, Mayfield. He's got his man. It's Brandon Coleman. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now this one complete on the slant route. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. New England on third down. Not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you could actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
I got it. Strong left.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Quentin Dunbar right there on the coverage. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mayfield. He'll run it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. New England on third down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Hopkins' kick is good. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd and 9, Winston. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And he puts this one through. It makes our score 31-10. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jets have got it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On first down, it's Mack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Winston here to throw. And this is incomplete. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. This is Mack on the counter. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now a run with Mack. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And, of course, this win a big one. They can hang their hat on this victory on the road against the defending Super Bowl champs.
And you know how difficult it is for the team that wears the crown because they're going to get everyone's best shot. So let's face it, they circled this game. We're going to go in there and take down the defending Super Bowl champs. This is our opportunity. They're not going to walk out of here with a trophy today, but they will walk out with respect around the league, and to them, that's vitally important.
So for the Jets, it will wind up a .500 season as the win means they'll finish right at 8-8. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for New England, they'll limp to the finish line with a final record of 5-11. And this is a team that has a few good pieces in place, but could stand to get deeper and younger all around. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.